Hey guys, we're back to SubaHibi. Last time, there was a... it's getting weird, okay? There's a ghost that I think speaks backwards and then crosses. Yeah. This definitely sounds like saying something backwards. I can't, like... That's not a word. I can't tell whose voice acting that is though. Is that Hoseki? Maybe? The sound of the chime. The sound of the bell. What time is it? The sky is weird in this. Because sometimes the color will be like one thing, but it's not that. So is it morning? Even at this kind of time, the school bell still rings. Just didn't know. No, because they never showed up to school at this time of day. I don't really want to be in such a gloomy place. This place, where it seems like people keep dying. I fled from my house. Okay, so it's like midnight. First, I wandered around the shopping district, but I ran here after getting hit on by some drunks and delinquents. Looked like I was about to be rounded up by the police along with them. Even a place like this was better than that house. Ah! It's an hallucination. There's no way something like that can happen. Okay, it's just an illusion. Like the air had been carved out in the shape of a human, a creepy shadow. It was an illusion. I couldn't imagine it as anything else. It unhinged me a little, seeing the same fingerprints that were on Takashima's desk. I mean, how do you know they're the same when they're not just very similar? That's why I had that hallucination. Even if it wasn't real, even if it wasn't a hallucination, there's no way I could remain calm after seeing that. In a way, that's what I wanted to believe. Because if it wasn't a hallucination... Takashima-san said that right before she died. Just before she died, she gave you a tribute-ism, right? I was kissed by a dying person. That kiss. Why is all of this happening? Even her cell phone showed up in my room. Why were her possessions coming to me? Why was that in my room? The morning sun had risen. I just sat in front of the gate since I was afraid to go in the school building. Wish I could nap a bit. I started walking shakily. Oh, hello.
Ohayo, Minakami-san.
Are you real? Good morning? I mean, I guess it is morning, but why are you here so early, Ayana-san?
Ne?
How could you not? Never mind.
Minakami-san mo nigete kitan desho?
What? How do you...
Datte, minna sou yatte nigete kitan dakara.
What do you mean? Do you mean the people who went missing went through the same experience?
Taiken?
I saw a black shadow. I thought it was blue. I think it was a hallucination, but I definitely saw a black shadow. My room was covered in the same fingerprints that were on Takashima-san's desk, and Takashima-san's cell phone was in my room.
So nanda.
Did everyone else experience that too?
Kantan na koto. Minakami-san no taiken wa Minakami-san shika dekinai.
Yeah?
それは当たり前のこと。
It's not what I'm saying.
どうしたの？水上さんらしくない。あなたは誰よりも強い精神と
Don't mock me.
誰よりも素晴らしい知性を持っているのではないの？
What's that? I'm nothing like that.
そう。でもそう決められたはずだけど。
What do you mean determined? You can't just determine something like that. Who would determine something like that anyway? That's like something God himself might do.
神様はそんなことを決めない。
Then who?
神が決めなければ人が決める。ただそれだけのこと。
Huh? I don't understand.
わからない。それは水上さんがそう思っているだけ。だって答えはすべてここにあり、そしてあなたはその答えを得ることも無視することもできる存在だから。
Yeah? What's that?
はい夜混沌のお話。
The crawling chaos!
それは暗いところからやってくる。
Was that written on Takashima's desk?
部屋を暗くしただけで、それは忍び寄る。
This is all just Shuni nonsense. None of this is
も
real.
のすごくみんな怖い。人はそれが怖くて明かりを灯す。
It's like, Remember that cursed arcade machine that the CIA was actually putting drugs on? No, it's not. This is all a rumor, but I believe, was it Game Theory that did an episode on that a long time ago, or some YouTuber did it and I watched it. They put like the acid on the game machine, but it's actually this telephone Takuji put it on, and it made her hallucinate psychoactive drugs, especially LSD, not LCD. That's the thing. It's all like a mind control project.
明かりは世界を照らす。そしてそれを忘れようとする。でもそれは違う。本当はその光が強ければ強いほど。
The stronger the shadow?
世界を照らす明かりが明るければ明るいほど。
Yeah.
消し去られたはずの闇は不気味とさらに鮮明に強く浮き出る。光は闇を消すことはできない。だって光は闇の誘惑の上に成り立っているのだから。消し去ろうとするのは、それが甘美に満ちた醜さと美しさを持っているから。
Is this profound or pretentious?
這い寄る混沌は暗いところからやってくる。
I'm leaning towards pretentious.
うずくまっている人のお腹のあたりにできる影に、人が握りしめた手のひらの影に。
I'm kind of leaning in that direction with the Black Swan too, the book. I'm not very far in it. I haven't read it in a couple days. There was a chapter though where he's basically telling Black Swan stories right in the first part of the book. So he goes into this whole story about this woman who like wrote a story that wasn't conventional with publishers, and then it got published and it sold really well and she's a bestseller. And then in the next chapter it starts with a footnote that's like, oh, by the way, I made all that up, lol.
誘惑は潜んでいる。隠した誘
I'm
惑
not
は
really
いつでも人のそばにある。
sure how to feel about that one. The hidden temptation is always at your
隠さ
side.
れたもの、誘惑するもの。
You said something like that before.
うん。人は隠したものをすぐにまた掘り返す。でもそれは逃れるために隠すのではなく、その甘美なものとより深く戯れるために隠す。間宮君も同じ。
Mamiya Takuji!
水上さんと間宮君は一枚のドアを隔てて立つ二つの像。
Hold on, I don't think we've seen this sprite before. Her back sprite? Is that like her, is that a jacket then? Like for the uniform on, like wrapped around her waist? Dude, she's so cool. I want to be Yuki when I grow up.
まるで最初は戸口に立つ。すべての行動の始めを司る。
So we have the coolest person ever, and then we have this nerd. I forgot he looked like that. Ah! A quiet voice, translucent eyes. She seemed to know everything. She seemed to see everything. My skin broke out into goosebumps. But
あなたは今回はその先に進むのでしょ。そしてこの輪の最後に立つ。
end of the loop?
最後に見たものを次に会った時に教えて。
What in next chapter is invention, right? So we're not gonna see her again until then? Are we? How close to the end are we? Huh? Was I sleeping just now? Ouch. My body hurts all over. Probably because I slept on the concrete like this. Is the color of the sky a way to see how trustworthy a scene is? Like, I don't want to spoil Umineko, but there's something like that there too, where something gives away that it's like, oh, that's a magic scene. But why? Why am I in a place like this? I saw something like a black shadow. Don't know if that was a hallucination or what, but I couldn't stay there after seeing that. After wandering around the town, I arrived at this place. And here's something. Something happened. It was... Oh, I thought we weren't supposed to meet again for a while.
おはよう。
I want to ask you something, Ayana-san.
何？
The last thing I remember you saying is something really important.
最後に見たものを次に会った時に 伝えて。
This will count as the next time, but I still haven't seen anything. Okay.
そう。
What's that supposed to mean?
ではそれはまたの機会のお楽しみということに。
Are there two Ayanas? But I don't. Oh, the music stopped. She said it like it was a joke, but what's going on? I had no memory after that, yet now my head was really clear. The thought of that shadow passed through my mind, even that didn't scare me. Even though it was so scary last night, it didn't seem scary anymore. What? You exist outside the roof? I don't have any money, since I went straight here. I have a 500 yen coin hidden in my desk though. Else Kimika took it.
隠し持ってる。
Yeah, it's jammed in there between the metal and the top board. Sometimes I forget my money after all. It's one of the tricks you pick up in life.
そうなんだ。
Huh?
どうしたの？
Did Kimika put something there? That's weird.
お金がないの？
The money is there. Why are there books in Tsukasa's desk? I crouched down to get the coin out of my desk. I saw under the desk diagonally in front of mine, Tsukasa's. There's still textbooks left inside of it. I kind of forgot they existed. Or do they exist at all? I mean, it has done this twice now, where once the narrative kind of picked up, they just kind of got disappeared out of the story. I took one out. This textbook is... That book was for a Thursday class, which was 2 days ago. Why are they still in her desk after 2 days? Huh? Looked into Kagami's desk too. It's the same. This is...
いきなり走り出した。
And they would not be dead in their house. Sorry, there's something bothering me. Because remember, their lights were off the other day. Actually, that night 2 days ago, their house was dark and the curtains were closed. Yesterday too. Which means... really it's just the same. The Wakatsuki sisters haven't been home. I called the phone in their house. If they're home, they'd answer. No one's answering. Aren't their parents home? No matter how you looked at it, they definitely hadn't been home. I couldn't think of anything else. Can't believe they've gone missing too. Was I stupid? Yes. How could I have gone 2 days without realizing that? What a dummy, pardon my French. Blinded by fear, was I? There were plenty of hints. If I'd noticed, I could have put a stop to it before it had happened. I was afraid of something like this. I picked up Takashima-san's bloody phone. Was I afraid of something like this? Something like this. Something... There are... I hadn't noticed before because I was so scared. I'd overlooked it. There are... Look at the detective kit and got the fingerprints off the cell phone. 2 sets of fingerprints are on this cell phone too. I transferred them to the film and lined them up with the fingerprints I found on Takashima-san's desk. Like, I mean, obviously someone else was using it. Bingo. Just like I thought. The 2 sets matched up perfectly. Fingerprints on her desk are the same as the ones on this phone. The first set is Takashima-san's, but whose are the others? I headed back to the school. Hello. This isn't my home. I'm back. Tadaima.
思いのほか早かった。
Found a new hint, so I couldn't just stand around.
ヒント。
Yeah, there's 1 set of fingerprints in my room. There are 2 sets of fingerprints on Takashima-san's desk. Is Ayana like the Watson? Can she tap dance? It's not a mystery in itself, but for some reason there are 5 sets on Takashima-san's phone. Fingerprints that we know are on the phone are mine, Tachibana, Miss Kiyokawa, and of course Takashima herself. The last set is unknown. Wait. Mine, Tachibana, Kiyokawa. So, is this a mistranslation?
それだけなら不思議じゃないけど、なぜか高島さんの携帯についていた指紋は5つ。
What? Okay, Takashima is Zakuro, right? There are 5 sets of fingerprints on her phone. Why would Kiyokawa and Tachibana's be on it? I thought...
それだけが不思議じゃないけど、なぜか高島さんの携帯についていた指紋は5つ。
But the phone was in the desk. She just said there's 2 fingerprints. I guess those 2. What? Why would the teachers be on it? Well, wait, Tachibana's the teacher, right? Or is Tachibana Kimiko? What's Kimiko's? Hold on, BNDB, SubaHibi. I'm confused. Tachibana. Okay, Kimiko, yeah, okay. But is that has to be a typo in the script? What is the teacher's name again? Hold on. Oh, that's a character we haven't seen. Oh. The weird ponytail guy's the character. Spoilers. Senagawa. Who's Tachibana? Yeah, that's Kimiko. Duh. Okay, I think I'm just stupid. Let's carry on. Even if we assume Takashima-san's ghost or zombie or whatever came into my room and left her phone there, in that case, why is there only one set of fingerprints in my room? Or are there a bunch of different ones on the phone? And how do you have Tachibana's fingerprints? I mean, I guess she knows it from the phone, but how does she know Kimiko touched it? Well, there are a bunch of different ones on the phone. There's no good explanation. You'd only call it unnatural. Which means I took a sample of the suspicious fingerprints from the desk. Who would pull a trick like that in my room? Of course, it could have been Mamiya Takuji, one of his followers, Tachibana, or one of the people on the message board. Got the fingerprints I was looking for. Oh look, it's the savior himself. Look, I showed her the 4 pieces of film. First, the one I took from Takashima's desk, the one from my room, one from Takashima's phone. Finally, these fingerprints are from Mamiya Takuchi's desk. Actually, Ayana's been touching the desk the whole time. She's like, touch. No one but him has touched it, so they're the only fingerprints on the desk. I laid the 4th sheet down. The answer is simple. It wasn't Takashima Zakuyo's ghost that went into my room, messed it up, and left the phone. It was Mamiya Takuji. I can't believe I got worked up about that. Such a dummy, pardon my French. Get scared of something silly like this and couldn't look at it as anything other than an object of fear, even though there's so many hints lying around. It's gotta be a little more complicated than that, right? Like, that's the very obvious answer. Even when we see that hallucination. I'm an idiot. Yeah, I guess the ghost thing is a little... Don't laugh like that. Once you get rid of all the smoke and mirrors, it's almost comical how silly the whole thing is. Which means this was all devised by Mamiya Takuji. It all matches up. I still have to hear it from him to make sure. If Mamiya was behind it all, the Wakatsuki sisters were abducted by him. Where could they be? Yes. He played chaos and it's like, ooh, I want to make that too. Dark? Don't get Lovecraft in here. I don't know that one's a cute anime girl. Which one? What else is there about that guy? What's he in? He's in a prose poem. He's later mentioned other works by Lovecraft. Often to the point of being considered the main antagonist of Cthulhu. Really? Not Cthulhu? Really? It's... How long is the poem? It's a weird fiction. That's what it's called. Weird fiction. Someone I know? You mean the place? He's still hanging out at the pool. A dark place. Oh, Mamiya's place. The place where Mamiya suddenly appeared. There. That was next to the old pool. It's there! Where'd you go? Thank you, Aya. Huh? Ayana-san? What the? Ayana-san was already gone. Why'd she call her Aya?
Ayana-san, ariga. Ayana-san, ariga.
Oh no, she said Ayana.
Ayana-san, ariga.
That's a weird translation then. Not really what's important. Wait, hold on.
Ayana-san, ariga.
I guess that should have been like a dash. It's not what's important, the pool. The old pool, huh? That's where he is. It's my blind spot. If you thought about it, it wasn't impossible. Last year, our school had an indoor pool installed, so this one wasn't being used anymore. So it hadn't been filled with water in over a year. I descended into the pool and found a manhole at my feet. This manhole. Scratches on the edges of the manhole cover were relatively new. If it hadn't been used in a year, the scratches would have rusted. These ones on it seemed fresh. This is proof someone opened it up recently. Must have been opened and shut again very recently. There are only a few possible reasons for it. Would a pool have a manhole like this? First thing that came to mind was the possibility that a workman opened it to check something. Sadly, that didn't fit. There wouldn't be scratches like these just on the other sewer entrances. There's nothing like that on the rest of them. There's no evidence that any of the other manhole covers have been touched. That's not at all. Oh. What was unnatural was the rainwater was collecting in the pool, which meant the pool's drainage valve was closed. Now that's a little strange that rainwater is collecting in the pool. If a workman had done something, it's the first thing he would have fixed. Someone was intentionally stopping the water from flowing down into the sewers. Why would someone do that? There's definitely a drainage tank below the pool. Apparently these tanks are actually large enough for someone to live in. He's Takumi. It's on TV that some homeless people lived in the empty gasoline tanks after the gas stations went bankrupt. That can't be healthy. People could live in a gasoline tank. It wasn't improbable to think that someone could live in a drainage tank. It's so strange when Mamiya kept appearing here. Why did I notice something so simple? Well then. Check to make sure I still have my nightstick to protect myself. Nightstick? Is that like one of those like wacky things? Hold on, I want to... Nightstick. Yeah, one of those things. Where do you get that at? Looks like it can handle several attackers at once. That's naive, but sure. As long as they're amateurs and the space is narrow. It's definitely narrow. You can even call this guerrilla warfare. Oh god, there's a gorilla down there. This is a surprise attack. No problem. This is tense. Took all my strength to lift the cover off the manhole. It smells very nice. Gaping manhole looked like the entrance to hell itself. This is probably Mamiya's hideout. His followers were all totally crazy. The smell probably wasn't poison or anything. Wouldn't have put it past them to try to stab me. I have to go. Started descending down into the manhole, down the rabbit hole. 2. Can't see anything since my eyes aren't used to this. It's really scary. My breath, she should have gotten an eye patch. My breath had quickened. I had to calm down. If I couldn't see, the rest of my senses had to be as sharp as possible. If my breathing was too loud, it could stop me from hearing something vital. If I started sweating, my sense of touch could be dulled. It would calm down and hone my senses. Sound of water. Isn't that a movie? It should be where the drain connects to the sewer. Sewers are a lot wider than I expected. I slowly adjusted to the darkness. Little light filtered in from the open manhole. It's a really old style of sewer. Can we see anything? What if like you turn the gamma up and like Takuji is standing there smiling? It smelled really bad. Being here for very long would be not. I want to check that. Hold on. Well, no, sorry. Alt print screen. GIMP. Nothing but torrent while it unloads. The drainage tank is... Ah! Looked around, searching for a path. Hurry up, GIMP. I want to see. Filters, what is it? Light and shadow? Where's contrast? Colors! I think you can see that. You can see something in there. There's like I think it's just the end of the sewer though. Like it's red Kind of shaped like a banana. But with like, no, it's like a curved comb. Is the best way to describe it. Trying to see if I can get like a better... not really. There is something there though. I mean, yeah, you can see it right here just barely. Only way forward seemed like the wrong way. There's no way the tank is in the direction where the water level rises. The drainage tank should be in the opposite direction where the water level drops. When I looked over there, I couldn't see anything but a dead end. Why? Started walking and gradually began to see a light. The light was from the manhole. Back where I started. You gotta listen to Saria's song. Do 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 do. What's going on? No matter how far I walked, I couldn't find that drainage tank. I'm tired. I sat down on that spot. Should have worn a shorter skirt. The hem is pretty disgusting now. Let out a loud sigh. What's that? It's like I hear voices from inside. This? Wakatsuki? This is... I can't really tell from the crying. Someone crying? It's coming from the inside. I'd actually say it sounds more like, well... It doesn't sound like Kagami or Tsukasa to me. Ah, that's so stupid. Why hadn't I noticed it? Once I thought about it, I realized there couldn't be a dead end in a sewer. It wasn't a dungeon. Sewer is a place where water is supposed to flow. Dead end would be a serious problem. It had to be. The spot has been blocked. Started looking around the spot I had assumed to be a dead end. This is like a hatch with a large screw-shaped handle on it. Pressed my ear up against it. This is Tsukasa's, yeah, of course it's Tsukasa's voice. Which means, wonder how many people there are inside. What happened if I suddenly rushed in? What if there's more than 10 people inside? Thoughts rushed through my mind. The second I heard her voice, I dashed inside. No one's here. But more importantly, Tsukasa's not here. Where is she? Looked around the cramped drainage tank, and there's a manhole in the ceiling. Is this the entrance? This is different from the one I came in. But this, I don't like this. Like, what if it starts flooding? I hate that. There's a manhole on the ceiling of the drainage tank. That manhole is open. Is that the sound of someone crying? Ah! What's this? What is this? Yeah, what is this? A ridiculously huge space opened up before my eyes. The concrete columns seemed to stretch on forever. This isn't outside, though it is pretty massive space. This is the new school building, which means this is beneath the new pool's foundation. It was built on top of the old pool's drainage tank. Maybe they left it because they're considering using the old pool's tank for the new pool. They didn't actually use it, so that's it. That voice! Tsukasa! Tsukasa didn't respond to my voice. It's like her voice was seeping out of the walls around me. Tsukasa, where are you? Tsukasa! Just how massive is this place? This might not be connected to the new building, the old building as well. I walked through the darkness. Couldn't tell where her voice was coming from because of the echo. Tsukasa! Huh? Felt something unpleasantly slimy under my feet. Felt something like this before. Slimy? Tsukasa! Huh? My mind couldn't take in the sight before my eyes. Never seen something like that before. Even when Mrs. Sanagawa died, it didn't cover that grand area. There's a lake of blood. The cold concrete was stained. The entire area was stained with red blood. Right in the middle of that red floor. Uh-oh. Therein laid Kagami's tragic form. What? They wouldn't kill Kagami. Would they? What is this? This has to be a joke. This can't. Every time I took a step, the sticky blood made a disgusting sound. All of this came out of Kagami. All of this was once inside Kagami. Now it's been scattered throughout the room like this. Hey, Kagami? Put my hand on Kagami's face. It was so cold and hard it didn't even see human. Didn't seem like a human's face. Has to be a lie. Can't be. Hey, Kagami? There's no light in her eyes. The whites and pupils of her eyes are both clouded over. No light could possibly be reflected from those eyes. It's a lie, 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 a lie. I want to hear her say that. Can't be true. Can't be true. Yeah. We get it. Repetition. It can't be. Her arms and legs have been cut. Oh, like cut off, like a Daruma doll. Daruma doll. Like a red. I guess, sure. Places where they've been severed are still jagged. Someone had stabbed and slashed at it with a knife until they could forcibly tear it off. I'm sorry if I had noticed it sooner. Sorry, it hurt, didn't it? It hurt, right? Sorry, Kagami. Sorry, it hurt, didn't it? Yeah. Kagami, yeah. Okay, it's time to go kill Takuji. No forgiveness. I am not tearing up at this. I just want everyone to know I'm not starting to cry at this. I would never feel sad for Kagami, obviously. Of course, we hate her, right? We hate it, right? That's great. Kagami, let's go home. I picked up Kagami. Was she always so light? But she is a little lighter. Felt like I was holding a doll. Well, no. Her body felt that light. Don't. Okay, so remember, there's been a lot of weird lines in SubaHibi. One that I picked up on was Miyu. It was Miyu. In the beginning of Down the Rabbit Hole 2, she's like, "Oh, you brought that pair with you today?" And which was phrased really weird. And Yuki is like, "Oh, that was phrased weird." Anyway, whenever that happens, that's called foreshadowing. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. Which, that's what kind of started the Kagami and Tsukasa don't exist theory. Although, in Down the Rabbit Hole 1, didn't I think Tsukasa didn't exist or something? And Kagami did? Something like that. Like they weren't sisters before Down the Rabbit Hole 1 or something. There are a couple lines like that. So this can't be foreshadowing. She's actually a doll. That'd be stupid. Let's go home. Because I have to stop being right on these things. I was too right in Chaos Child. I have to be, and I was right in Ace Attorney. I have to be wrong for once. And then I carried you home on my back like this, didn't I? Sorry, did she just make noise? Yeah, no, she's dead. Let me train too hard and sprained your ankle running. Came home right away when I heard about it from Tsukasa. Came running right away. Then this is what you said. Hold on, I want to make sure. No. Yeah, she's naked, but we could show this. Of course, I'm a girl after all. You're dead. You can't talk. If she is a doll, that means Yuki's been having lesbian fantasies with her doll the whole time, which is funny. Back then? John? Oh, your dog. I remember you saying you were gonna go out and look for his spirit.
ジョンが生き返るって思ってて。
How would you do that? Where are we going to look anyway? What's with their socks?
わかんない。ただいつもその先を越えられない大きな坂があって、それを越えたら多分ジョンの魂があるって。
A big hill?
うん、学校に行く途中のね、大きな坂。
Was it really that big?
今はそうでもない。でもあの時は、子供の時はものすごく大きく感じた。これは世界の果ての壁なんだって思ってた。この坂を登りきったら、それが世界の限界だと思ってた。
You just gotta turn your render distance up.
でも違った。その坂を登りきったら、その先にもここと同じ町があったんだよ。
I wonder, like, you know, they talked about the end of the sky before, and now they're talking about the end of the world. Like, is it somehow gonna bring up, like, you know, the human limitations of what you could see in front of you or something like that? Just now that they've talked about, you know, it a second time, makes me wonder if the, you know, there's a theme going on
そ
here.
の先にも坂があって、その先にも。
I don't really know how you'd incorporate that into like something meaningful, but maybe.
永遠に街が続いていた。世界に果てはないんだって、その時気がついたの。
Wasn't that when you started crying?
だってもうジョンの魂は帰ってこないって分かったから。そしたら悲しくなって。そしたらユキが来てくれた。いつだってそうだった。
Actually, Yuki's not real. Kagami
ユ
is.
キ、私が泣いてると来てくれた。私泣いてばっかりだから、いつも何もできないから。だから強くなりたかった。強く。
I know you did, but maybe you tried too hard.
私はダメだね。
That's not true. Still amazed at how hard you tried. I can't do something like that.
私はずっとユキの背中が硬くて大きくて強かったらよかった。
Who has the better back, Yuki or Archer? We gotta have a contest to find out. Huh? What do you mean?
お父さんみたいに。いいえ、もっと大きく強くて包み込むみたいなものだったら。だからあの時ユキの背中が柔らかくてびっくりした。
Oh, right. You still don't know I was a girl at that point, right?
でも本当は安心したんだよ。
Relieved?
そう、私の大好きな人の背中は柔らかくて小さいけど、でも私はこの背中が好きだって。
Of course, a girl's back is gonna be softer than a boy's.
だから私は
Not if you work out a
ユキは
lot.
女の子でいいんだと思った。
What's good about it? Not like I could change it.
バーカ、そんなこと言ってないよ。でもそれで私は一生結婚しないんだから、少しは私を好きでいてあげて。
What do you mean?
あー、バカバカバカバカ、うるさい。さっさと歩け。
Lesbians still haven't been invented, sorry. What is it this time? Jeez. Kagami? Sorry. In the end, my small back wasn't able to protect you. Kagami? Kagami, we're home. Parents are probably going to be really sad when they see what's happened to you. Lights are on. You said you wanted to go home, right? Kagami. Tsukasa rang the doorbell since my hands are full. Heard footsteps in the house.
Hi!
Hi, old lady. Silence. The woman opened the door with a cheerful voice. The voice quickly disappeared and only silence remained. This what I was holding was Kagami. Please forgive me. I couldn't protect Kagami. Let them do this to her. So sorry.
Hi!
Repeat? Yeah, I couldn't protect Kagami? Let them do this to her. I'm so sorry. Huh? No! Huh? Huh? What's happening? It's the Trudy Bunny doll. It's got a life patch. That's not it. This was Kagami just a second ago. Wakatsuki Kagami-san. That's not it. Kagami lives here, right? She's your daughter. Mrs. Wakatsuki. Okay. Is Kagami not real? Or did she just slide into a parallel universe? Huh? What's this? What's happening? I don't... Tsukasa! I turned back towards Tsukasa. Ah! Huh? What? Looked like the place where Tsukasa had been standing had been chiseled out. It was dyed pure black. A shadow. A crawling figure that couldn't hold a human shape. And that's... Yeah? How do you pronounce triangle? It yelled something. Definitely yelled something in an inhuman voice. It had a sound that wasn't a sound. I definitely heard it raise its voice in an unholy scream. July 19th. Okay, I'm gonna cut it there. I assume there's enough left over for a one more video, at least. Like, we'll see how it goes, right? We'll see what happens July 20th. Anyways, yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.